Cusper, welcome back to Deep Heights. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad you're here. We're going to do a reading today for the full moon. This full moon that's coming up will be a full moon in Pisces, which is interesting. Where it's going to affect you, I think you need to look at the houses that your moon is in, the house that your moon is in, and the house that you have Neptune to see where that's going to play out. I have moon in the 8th and I have Neptune in the 12th. So for me, this full moon might be a little bit more emotional, transformative, a little bit dreamier. Just for example, looking at what those houses mean that you have your moon and Neptune in will be important for you. The full moon being in Pisces, it's like the end of full moon lunar cycles with it. So if something is culminating, something is coming to an end, and it definitely has to do with emotions and what you feel. Changeability, of course, but full illumination. I think you have an opportunity to really understand yourself and others in a way that you had not before, and really accepting the truth of yourself and your relationships with other people as a whole. And Neptune, of course, is retrograding in its own sign in Pisces right now still. So being able to stand still in that moment and really allow the fullness of the light of the moon, of these lunar energies to come upon you and to feel them is important. Okay. Wow. Tranquility and communication on the bottom of the deck. And here we have this symbolism here is Pisces. And we have this candle, this fire here. Of course, the symbol here is air. And we have this communication. That's very beautiful. Piscean energy here as well. Courage below that. And I feel like it takes a lot of courage to allow it to come upon you. In T.S. Eliot, in his Four Quartets, there's a line that I love. And he says, I said to my soul, be still and allow the darkness to come upon you. And it's the unknown, for sure, for true and for real. you know, to sit in the unknown. I said to my soul, be still and allow the darkness to come upon you. Where do we speak to our soul? In stillness, in meditation, in quiet, to communicate with that, because it's like you're the pod, right? Your soul is the pod, and you have all of these different P's inside of you. They're like your chakras, your experiences. And this feather, this quill and ink here, writing, drawing, communicating, journaling, feeling, a lot of creation here, a lot of Piscean energy, which can be, like, for me, it's kind of uncomfortable because it's so flowy, and I need things, like, I have Moon and Mars and Virgo, and just things in my chart, a cusper myself, like, I need things to be very ordered and clear for me to feel good. Like, my moon is in Virgo. I need order and internal order to feel good. And Piscean energy, which is the opposite of Virgo, is I don't feel very ordered. And not that it's unordered and chaotic, it's just much more flowy. If we could say that Virgo and energy would be a line, and Piscean energy is a circle. If that makes sense. But being still and calm, 43, it breaks down to a 7, and the 2, there is a 9. This hermit energy, this hermetic energy, this quiet internal reflection, and the courage that it takes to do that, because most people are seeking distractions. We all seek distractions because it is difficult. And I'm not saying that we always need to be in a meditative state, but the energies here I do feel are very quiet, very solitary, and very feeling. And it's how you are going to accept others, because this is about accepting yourself and accepting others, and the world, truth, accepting the creator, nature, just accepting things as they are, and allowing it to be, allowing it to come upon you, allowing yourself a quiet space where truth can come upon you, and all of the noise of the world. The world is very loud. Okay, where are we going to go from here? I never have a plan. Maybe I should start. Let's go to the fairies. Singer of Intuition on the bottom of the deck. So we have the Bodacious Bodak and the Singer of Courage here. We have Courage twice. Courage here as the 13, and the Singer of Courage here as the 8. Of course, 13 is the Death card, Pluto, and we have the 8th house, Pluto. A lot of Platonic energy here for you. Very interesting. 8 and 13, 21 of the Universe card, the World card, closing out cycles. And I feel this Bodacious Bodak card is suspicion. Cusper, there's an energy here of distrust, mistrusting others, mistrusting yourself, always being on guard. While this is necessary and true, being suspicious of the darkness, saying, I said to myself, be still and allow the darkness to come upon you. What is your attitude towards the darkness? Are you suspicious of it? And the darkness, of course, is yourself, of the unknown, the truth of the unknown, of the unknowable, the eternally unknowable. There's some anxiety here, and this card, it's 59, breaking down to a 14, the Art card. Bringing different things together within yourself to create really it's about creating your own healing and your own energy of creating yourself here, and having the courage to do that. Allowing it to come upon you is really what I'm wanting to say. The Singer of Intuition on the bottom of the deck. Sylvanus below that. And the Guardian at the gate. Sorry, this Mercury retrograde shadow period has me a little struggling for words, and as well. So here with the Sylvanus and the Guardian at the gate, it's like getting prepared. It's almost like getting prepared to go into some type of transformative, like ceremonial, holy ceremony. Really, here with truth, it's like this is you putting on the mask, and you have, you know, your soul guides and spirit there supporting you, protecting you with this sword of truth. This Mars, this sword here, I'm thinking more of Mars than I am of Libran energy. Getting ready to go into battle to get to the next step. Here, this Guardian at the gate. And that you also have to feel your way through it. You have to feel your way through the dark. But with this Bodacious Bodak and the Singer of Courage, you're going to have to release any fears that going with the flow has been coming up a lot. And it could be a challenge, especially with this Piscean energy for you, Cusper, to really kind of let go and go with the flow and trust and the courage that it takes to do that. What's the challenge here for my Cusper during this time? What's the challenge? Wow, assertion, secrets on the bottom of the deck. Here's this Mars energy, the Sun in Aries. Yeah, I feel this in a sort of negative way here with this this Bodacious Bodak card. Always wanting to go to battle, being a little too assertive somehow. Working against things. We have Venus in Scorpio here. Venus is actually in Scorpio right now. And we have criticism here, Mars in Virgo. Another 14, this 8 and 6. Sagittarius, ninth house energy is going to be important for you. So I almost stopped the reading, but I don't want to. I feel, even though it might not be coming out so smoothly, it's still important. You're doubting yourself. You're doubting your own intuition here. And I feel like you are fighting. Wow, I hate to use this language, but you're fighting an invisible enemy. You're fighting something that doesn't exist. Fear. Fear is the mind killer, to quote Frank Herbert. Please don't watch Dune. Read Dune. I mean, watch Dune. The best Dune, I think, is David Lynch's Dune. I love David Lynch anyway. He's fantastic. But Frank Herbert is Dune is all of his books are just phenomenal. But fear is the mind killer. I must allow my fear to pass through me. I don't remember the whole thing right now that Muad'Dib says, but just what he says about fear that he's taught from his mother, who was a Bene Gesserit. She was part of the Bene Gesserit. This tranquility, this peace of mind where you are in the flow. It's like the Tao. If it can be expressed, it's not the Tao. If it's not something that can be spoken. This has been coming up in the past few readings where it's so difficult because you're trying to give words to something that are feelings and allowing it to come upon you, to go through you. I see you very full of doubt and needing to release that. You're fighting an invisible enemy, interestingly, whatever that means for you. What's the advice here for my cusper? So we have fulfillment and generosity. Another 14. And this is Saturn in Sagittarius and Saturn in Leo. You could have Saturn in a prominent placement in your birth chart, moon, rising, and it could be in an important house for you. Saturn is, of course, retrograding in Aquarius. I feel like you might be denying your gifts to others. Something that you do, you're denying your natural gifts to others. You're denying, you're not giving to others, and by not giving to others, you are also not giving to yourself. I'm not saying you have to go and give everything to others, but there's something that you do that needs to be shared with someone in specific or more than one person. And that's very specific. And vision here on the bottom of the deck, which is Sun and Pisces. This underlying energy. How are you seeing? Are you seeing truth? Are you seeing the world? What is it that you're seeing? With what eyes are you seeing? Is it the single eye? Very, very interesting. I don't think I'm going to post this, but I'm going to finish it. What is it that my cusper needs to know? The High Priestess. 5 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You're fighting your intuition. You're fighting what it is that you know is right to do for yourself. You don't know how to get it together because things are changing for you. It's fire here. The Ace of Pentacles. You're blocking. And then we have the 9 of Cups. The 8 of Pentacles. You're blocking your progress with this bodacious. You're sabotaging your own self through self-doubt. You're moving too much. You're moving too much. The fear is not passing through you. It's getting stuck within you, which is making you rigid, immobile. You're not feeling something or seeing something or learning something or knowing. You're blocking your own knowing. Because 9 of Cups is about emotional order. Having your own emotions in order and balanced and harmonized. For you as a singular human being, for yourself within your soul. blocking your own happiness, and you know it within yourself. The Hermit, I was going to say. This 9, a lot of 9 energy, a lot of Virgoan energy here, which is the opposite of Pisces. We are in Virgo season. Getting very grounded, the 8 of Pentacles, which is Virgo, this is Sun in Virgo, the 8 of Pentacles. Being grounded in that, finding the truth in that, but also knowing that it's within. You don't need the lamp, you don't need the light outside, you need that singular vision that's within you. And is it ever really found? Piscean energy, Neptunian energy, those waters, you cross the waters. Is it ever really found? Are you meant to be found? Are you meant to flow? Are you meant to look? Because what you're looking for is already right here. I want to quote Truman Show, we accept the reality with which we are presented. It's as simple as that, is what Christoph says about Truman. How are you seeing reality? What's the reality that has been presented to you? This 8 of Pentacles, here we have this wolf looking at the moon cycles. But he's not moving, he's observing them, learning about them. We are in full moon in Pisces, seeing that full cycle. We're coming to an end. On this, the word here is dedication. What are you dedicated to? Are you dedicated to yourself? To your own spiritual growth? This Hermit card here. Standing alone, being able to do that. Being alone in the dark, without a light. Allowing the darkness to come upon you. Can you be still and watch the world, watch yourself, be an observer of your life? How are you observing it? Because it's how you do it. It isn't what you do, it's how you do it. I can't tell you what's right for you or wrong for you or how you should do something. It's uniquely yours and your own. Be still and allow the darkness to come upon you. The 9 of Wands, the 2 of Wands. The name of this, they've called this card Resilience. More Sagittarian energy. This is Sun in Sagittarius. A lot of 9th house energy here as well. Of truth, of philosophy, creation. Information here is what I'm seeing. Order, establishing order within yourself and your own will. Being armored, but armored in the right way. Being able to protect yourself and allowing it to come upon you. If this is you here in the center and this is everything coming upon you, you aren't afraid. You are whole, you are still. Courage. Interesting. Let's get a card from the D&D deck. The deck of many fates and the deck of many things mixed together here. Very interesting reading. A little difficult to come together though. So we have the Siren and the Phantom. Afraid of the dark, afraid of what's in the dark, this deep Neptunian energy, this Piscean energy, these phantoms. What else came out? Ruin and Throne. Just give me a moment. Idiot on the bottom of the deck. This is like the Fool and the Hangman and everything negative about them. Permanently reduce your intelligence. I love this deck. Ah, and Legion below that. It's just the world, the many. A person is smart, but people are stupid. Look at the crowds of people out in the world. I feel like I want to tell you, if you respond to the call of the world, it will lead to your ruin. The call of the world isn't the call that you need to hear. It's the call within. Responding to the call within. And you're only going to hear that call when you're calm and tranquil, when you have that peace within you. And finding that in a world that's very busy, in a world that I feel like right now we're constantly being shaken up, traumatized, triggered. It isn't designed for you to find that. It isn't designed for you to find peace. You must find it within, with this intuition, this Sylvanus, and this guardian at the gate, but it must be, it's sacred, holy work. It's like I said, he's preparing for this holy ceremony. You know, putting on the mask, on the garb. You know, the mask in Greek, persona is mask. There are masks that we wear when we go into the world, and ceremonial practices when we experience different things and we become different things to learn. We see things, and what is the vision that he sees when he puts this mask on? How are you seeing the world? Here, this vision card. Is the sun rising or is the sun setting? The sun is going into the waters, I feel here. You know, the fire is going out in the water. So what are you using to see? So you need a mask to see in these dark Neptunian depths. You know, you see with the eye of the mind, the eye of the spirit, the eye of the soul. That's only found in stillness and in quiet. It's where secrets are revealed to you. The secrets that you reveal to yourself because you observe them. Really interesting reading for this. Very interesting. Very quiet energy, I feel. Very quiet, very calm. And it's necessary. Breakthrough. Wow. Gate 43. Insight. Listen to your own inner voice. This tranquility and communication. The first card that had come out was Tranquility, which is a 43. And of course we have Gate 43 here. Listening to your own inner voice. This 2. That 1 and 1. You speaking with your higher self. With your soul, because you are your soul, and it seems separate, but you're not separate. But you can only hear that voice of yourself in quiet. In quietude. And it's interesting because it's like we have this sun here surrounded by the water. Really interesting imagery all around here. Could be a full moon if you wanted to look at it that way. In order for achievement to be maintained, a new order must be fairly established. And that's within yourself. Talking about that order within, but there's such a difference between the order of, say, Virgoan energy and the order of Piscean energy, especially when we're coming to an end. Expressing and transforming inner truth into a unique perspective. Dedication and patience. Progression and breakthrough. Listen to your own inner voice. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. The Keeping Still Mountain. I said to my soul, be still and allow the darkness to come upon you. 52, 7, the Chariot, the Moon. Being still. Temporary and self-imposed inaction for the benefit of assessment. Concentration benefits from stillness and withdrawal, a passive rather than active energy. Focused and channeled energy in action. This full moon is definitely a time for reflection, for taking some time out to be alone and be still, to meditate, to breathe, and take an assessment of how you feel, and discovering and learning something about yourself. And that's your breakthrough. Where do we have the guardian at the gate? Here's your breakthrough. Your 3, the 2 becoming a 3, creating something new. Very beautiful. Stillness. Be still and allow the darkness to come upon you. You only shine in the dark. We only see the stars at night. Okay, let's close here. Even the cards are slow to speak. Like they're feeling their way through as well. What have you to say to my customer? Teaching. Perception on the bottom of the deck. Change. Breakthrough. We have this teaching here. 14. Another 14. 14. Maybe you're born on the 14th. 2 o'clock is a good time for you. PM. The 14th, the day of the 14th. 14, of course, being the art card, but you are your own teacher here. Your soul is your own teacher. This perception, how are you seeing it? How do you perceive it? And this forgiveness behind that. Suspicion. I feel like you're suspicious of your own self, your own truth. Trust in yourself. You are your only and best guide. It's within you. There is something that you're struggling with to forgive, though. This 23. Don't be so hard on yourself, okay? Let things kind of go at this time. Release. I don't feel like it's others that you need to forgive. You need to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. I wish you luck and happiness, Cusper. I hope to see you again.